What's up guys, it's Isaac back with another video. Today I'm gonna tell you why I will never work another 9 to 5 in my life. And here's why. This might completely change your perspective, but it's definitely the truth. Security is a trap. Freedom is the only goal worth chasing. There was a time not too long ago when I genuinely believed that the 9 to 5 route was the only one. You know the drill, right? Show up, clock in, trade your precious time, which is your most valuable asset, for barely enough money to get by. I did that for a brief, incredibly frustrating period. And then it hit me like a ton of bricks. This entire game, this whole system, it's rigged. It's designed to keep you exactly where you are, average, compliant, and perpetually dependent. I looked around at my peers and the people who had been on that path for decades, and frankly, I did not like what I saw. And that, not because they weren't good people, but because they were caught in a loop of predictability, limited potential, and constantly trading their dreams for a steady yet unfulfilling paycheck. So let's break down why this 9 to 5 model is fundamentally flawed, especially for those of us who feel destined for more. So first off, it's not about working hard. I know that sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but it's about working hard on the wrong thing. You can bust your ass for 40, 50, 60 hours a week, but if your efforts are directed towards somebody else's bottom line, you're building their empire, not yours. I mean, think about it. You're capped. Your income is shackled to time. There is a ceiling. Even if you're a superstar, you're dealing with fixed salaries, incremental raises that barely keep pace with inflation, and the weight of all the politics, office politics, and that unfun stuff. So your value isn't truly reflected in your pay, it's dictated by a corporate budget. Number two is you're replaceable. This is a hard pill to swallow, but it's the reality. Layoffs don't care about your loyalty, your years of service, or how much you sacrificed for the company. When that spreadsheet says cuts need to be made, you're just another number, gone. And then suddenly your security vanishes. And then lastly, you're not free. This is a huge one for me. Try asking your boss if you can take 30 days off, just because you feel like traveling, spending time with family, or pursuing a passion project. See what happens. The answer is definitely gonna be no, or heavily scrutinized, maybe if you jump through these hoops and do this or that, but you don't own your time, your employer does. So your life is structured around their demands, their schedule, and their approval. Deep down, I knew I was built for more than this, and I've always had a burning desire to create, innovate, and do something different, and live life on my own terms. But the system didn't care about that. It only rewards obedience. It rewards fitting in and mediocrity, but I refused to settle for it. Then one day, almost by accident, I stumbled into the world of virtual sales. I saw somebody that I knew doing it, and I saw the blueprint, and it seemed like a hidden pathway to everything I'd been searching for. And here's what I discovered. Number one, there's no ceiling on income. I mean, this was huge for me. You're paid on performance, not for hours. Your inputs directly affect your outcome. The more value that you provide, the more deals you close, and the more you earn. So there's no boss telling you that your raise is limited to like 3%. The limit is you. There's no degree required. Forget the years of debt and traditional education. I almost went to school. I was gonna be a mechanical engineer. That is something that I can't even imagine myself doing now. This isn't about credentials. It's about raw skill and consistency. It's about learning a repeatable process and executing it. Also, there's zero overhead. Can work from anywhere. My office could be my living room, a cafe in Bali, or a co-working space in Tulum. All I need is a laptop and internet connection. No commutes, expensive suits, no office rent, just pure freedom. The team, we went to Vail, Colorado, we went to Dubai, and we're planning another trip very soon. So you guys can stay tuned for that. Another huge thing is you own your own time. I learned how to close deals remotely, and everything changed. My schedule became my schedule. If I wanted to work an intense morning and then take the afternoon off, I could. If I wanted to travel for a month, I could. I was no longer asking for permission. I was giving myself permission. So here's what changed. Money, time, and identity. I started stacking wins. The first $1,000 week felt surreal. I was coming from somewhere where I was making $600, and then it was $5,000 a week, and then consistently 5 figures a month. The money was life-changing, no doubt. But it wasn't just the money. It was something far more. It was an identity shift. I was no longer waiting for permission. I was no longer a cog in somebody else's machine. I became the kind of man who builds, the kind of man who takes control, the kind of man who dictates his own destiny. Here's the kicker, I'm not special. I mean, look at me, if I can close a grandma with a moth on my neck, then you can do it too. I didn't have some secret advantage or inherent talent. I was just obsessed. I treated sales like a craft, not a side hustle. I studied the craft. I practiced relentlessly, and I was committed to mastery. I decided that mediocrity was no longer an option. So if you're young, if you're hungry, and if you are absolutely tired of being average, tired of feeling stuck in a system that doesn't serve you, then this is the fastest, most direct path I know to true freedom. But you have to do one thing. You have to burn the boats. You have to make that decision. You have to commit. Are you going to continue chasing comfort, the illusion of security that a 9-to-5 offers, or are you going to chase freedom? You literally have two choices. You keep waking up to an alarm clock that somebody else controls, living by somebody else's rules and building somebody else's dream. Or you take back the wheel. You take control of your time, your income, and your life. The 9-to-5 system wants you to believe that freedom is risky and stepping outside of the lines is dangerous. But let me tell you from personal experience, you know what's really risky? Spending your entire life building somebody else's dream, only to wake up one day filled with regret. So if you're ready to learn more about how to build a life of freedom through virtual sales, click the link in the bio, head over to my Instagram. We run an info call every single Monday at 8 p.m., breaking down step by step exactly what you need to do and letting you know about everything about the opportunity. Or if you just want to give me a follow, shoot me a DM. I'm happy to answer any questions. That's it for today, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.